As you get older, what constitutes healthy living becomes far more nuanced, and appreciating and consuming art, or in this case, drinking it, is inextricably linked to health and happiness. There's books for the mind, there's physical training for the body, but there is such a thing as soul food. And what I'd like to suggest is that fine wine is soul food. Not for everybody, but for some people, most definitely. Let me explain what I mean. Now, you might think, what has alcohol got to do with being a healthy person? And I understand that's certainly a powerful argument. After all, drinking too much is not going to bode well for your potential for longevity or the quality of your life. That's certainly true. And plus, I could also say that alcohol for some people is far worse than for others. But what I'm talking about here is fine wine. Now, spending time with loved ones, dear friends, in close contact with a bottle of nice red, it's hard to argue that that isn't good for your holistic health. It brings people together. There's a certain camaraderie that exists, and it just makes you feel good to have experienced these types of things. Now, to say no to a fine bottle of red with a nice dinner amongst friends, I would say would be worse for you than saying yes. Now, that might seem strange to many people, and I get it. I'm not here to promulgate the excess use of alcohol, but what I am saying is that some things that don't have anything to do with exercise and food can be good and bad for your health. As a de-stressor, as an unwinder, not on a daily basis to avoid problems at work, but as a way to augment an already happy mood. Fine wine can be absolutely fantastic. Wine tasting with friends. All these types of things can be just so wonderful. And the world of wine is so multifarious and dazzling. I'll do another video on my love of wine a little later on, but what I'm really trying to say here is that fine wine and the pursuit of health are not mutually exclusive. So say if you drew a Venn diagram with both of these things in the middle, for many of us, there'd be quite a large section in the middle where there's a correlation, there's a crossover. Okay, so enjoy your glass of red, enjoy your glass of white, enjoy it with friends, and do so with a clear conscience. Never overdo it, but there is a time and a place. Most certainly there is company for fine wine. Ciao for now.